My name is Mr. Javed, and I have the pleasure of being head of department of economics, which I truly love and enjoy teaching. First question first, why choose economics? Now that's a good question, and profoundly and humbly, you can say economics relates to all parts and sectors of the world we live in today. If we look at COVID-19, the pandemic, there are implications from an economic point of view, as well as society, and in terms of the impact on ourselves as a human being and a collective in terms of society. As a result of the pandemic, we've had two lockdowns in the UK, and as a result, human behavior has reacted uh, due to the external shock, either positively or negatively. Whichever way you look at it, there are economic decisions that human beings have made as a result of the external shocks. When we look at shocks, we can look at the UK holding a referendum and the majority of the UK population deciding it was time to no longer be part of the European Union. And we've obviously got Brexit that is taking place, presumably, at the end of December 2020. So there are lots of other different things that you may think of that relate to economics. So economics is a social science, and it's a study of how economic agents, i.e. the individual, the firm, and governments allocate the scarce resources. But it's also about human behavior and human reaction as part of a collective and an individual, and the relationships behind it. Now, in terms of specification, we teach Economics A, which is the linear course, and the exam board is EdXL. In year one, we start with theme one, which is microeconomics and the introduction to markets and market failure. We start by introducing the main concepts and the economic models to start a good, solid foundation to studying economics. That's followed by theme two, which is macroeconomics. And that's the UK economy, the performance and measures behind how the economy runs. Okay, once we've concluded that, we start year two. And in year two, we continue with microeconomics and look at the firm and the labor market. Okay, once microeconomic theme 3 is concluded, we move on to the final unit, which is theme 4, and that is macroeconomics. We've looked at the UK economy in theme 2. We continue to look at theme 4 with the UK economy, but its impact and its relation to international economics. We relate it to poverty and inequality, and we look at the emerging and developing markets in that context. And then we look also at the interesting part, which is the financial sector, both in the City of London, Europe, the US, and in Asia. In terms of assessment, at the end of the 2-year course, you will prepare for 3 exam papers. It's all examination, no coursework. So paper 1 is all about microeconomics. Okay, 100 marks. There's a section A for multiple choice and short answer responses. We have section B, which is data response, and section C is an essay. You choose 1 from 2 questions. Okay, that's microeconomics for paper 1, and paper 2 is the same, except it's answering and the context is relating to macroeconomics. Paper 3 is basically a combination of theme 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's a more synoptic and topical paper. In terms of future opportunities, well, there's lots and varied ones. So after A levels, you can go ahead and do a degree, or you can take part in an apprenticeship scheme. That's something some of my students have done that have just completed the A levels, as well as those that have gone on to degree. So it varies as to what you decide to do. Thereafter, you can go and have a career in a number of areas. You can become an economist. You can go and work in the financial markets, perhaps in investment banking or asset management, perhaps hedge funds or investment houses or even insurance. So there's lots of different things. You may decide you want to pursue a career in accounting or actuary. There are lots of different things that allow you to develop. Economics gives you that context and critical analysis and the ability to evaluate the thing or the item that you are trying to analyze or expand your knowledge on. So in terms of entry requirements, economics is fairly quantitative, it's fairly numeric in certain instances. So grade 6 or above is required. And in terms of economics, there is essays that need to be written and further chain of reasoning needs to be developed in a strong way. Therefore, the minimum requirement for English language and literature, because there is a lot of reading, is grade 6.